I think the most interesting thing that happened, David, today so far, is when I got up this morning at 3:30, oil was at $49.70.
Yep.
And now it's at $51.37. I think people are wondering whether the $50 number isn't the real number now.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it is certainly one of the key features and has been. As Jim just said, WTI was below, at a time when I was dead asleep, was below
well, and then
$50.
Putin said he likes his price, which is why.
But WTI is now above that, and we'll take a look at it.
That's important because
take a look at Apple shares.
One of the things that Jay Powell's looking at is the slowdown in what had been the hottest region in the country, which is the Permian in Texas. Right. And remember how capital-intensive oil is. When you get it's really
there are man camps again, right? Back in the Permian.
Yeah,
they don't know where to put everybody in Midland and all those areas.
I mean, I remember when I went to the Bakken, which is a really revitalized again, mostly through some great horizontal drilling. The people worked at McDonald's were getting $26 an hour,
right?
And that was barely enough to cover their living costs. So if the Permian slows down, I don't think people recognize the ramifications of that entire food chain will lead to a slowdown in our country. Natural gas there is selling for $0. It's obviously selling 4.5 now in the world, in the national market. But David, the pipeline companies, the master limited partnerships have really eluded people. Why are we not building more pipe? It's a quandary that many people are trying to figure out, given the fact we have so much oil in that.
When was the last time we looked at Kinder Morgan or anything like that? Not that that's an MLP, right? They're not, but
they switched to a C corp. That group, David, is on it's on its butt like you wouldn't believe. And I have to tell you, I think that you are going to see the FERC has to come out and start making it a little bit easier. Look, MPLX down. It's a good company. It's down today. One Oak, which is another excellent company. That stock yields 5.5%. Now that's a diversified energy company. I mean, the index of the MLPs, David, is so bad that there are a lot of wealthy people who hide in them because they generate a lot of cash flow. But I think that it calls into question that whole strategy. That those have been just horrendous.
It has been terrible.
Back to where they were. Oil was $26. So I think you have to keep.
What gives there? Why,
David? You know that Magellan Midstream Partners talked about how they're not going to keep building if they can't get more oil to come on their pipes. This just happened the other day. And that shocked me. And where I think that people don't get is that we have more oil than we know what to do with and trying to get it to market. We can't get it there because we don't have pipe. The differential is so great that they're not making enough money. You're getting $35 for crude if it's in the Permian. This is all screwed up. And I think that Powell, who's gotten more granular, recognizes that maybe the hottest area of the country, according to American Electric Power, largest power transmitter in the country, is cooling.
Well, something else then the president should be told about when he tweets about wanting lower oil prices. Because as you pointed out, yes, it is a benefit without a doubt to the consumer in terms of at the pump, but at the same time, it's a growingly important part of our overall economy, given we're the largest producer of oil in the world.
Well, the fact is that his Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is probably not on his side at all. If he were to spend a little more time with them, he'd realize that they have made it so that it's no longer as advantaged to build pipe. And it's interesting, isn't it? He always talks about deregulation, but FERC has worked against him and against the pipelines. And I find it rather amazing that he has not gotten down into. I don't really know who's overlooking FERC in that administration. But if you want to start getting oil to where it needs to go, you change over the FERC group.
Right.
But that's just kind of, I mean, again, that's so granular, and he's top-down guy, but someone should be working on that in order to get that oil to market. Again, there's a lot of anomalies in the system, whether it be non-banks and the Fed not regulating it, whether it be FERC and over-regulating the oil and gas. So these are all things that we got to think about that are going awry. Going awry.